Hello, my name is Rob Larrabee with Construction Electrical Products, and I would like to welcome you today to part 3 of our 3-series training video on temporary power basics. In our first 2 videos, we covered some of the smaller temporary power units, 30 and 50 amp units, that were used more in conjunction with your smaller hand carry and your smaller tow-behind diesel generators. Today I want to talk to you about the larger tow-behind generators that really utilize the 3-phase power to distribute amongst the job site. With that, we have a number of different products that will help the user move the power source closer to the work area. First, I want to start by talking about the 3-phase aspects of these larger generators. In order to really maximize the output of this generator, you need to utilize the 3-phase selector or the 3-phase voltage allowable on this unit. This particular unit came already pre-assembled with cam locks, which makes it very convenient and easy for a user to plug and play right into the system without having to wire any pigtails to the main lugs or do any type of hard wiring themselves. With that, we have a 70 kW unit right here, which from an ampacity standpoint fits perfect with a 200 amp 120 208 volt 3-phase panel, which is what we have here. Now with this panel, we have 6 50 amp 120 240 volt receptacles, which allows the user to run 6 different spider box lines amongst the job. As you can see here, we've daisy chained two units in a row. However, you can go up to 3 units 300 feet from the power source. Further, we have a couple convenience outlets that allow the user to plug in battery chargers or anything of that nature right near the power source. Moving on, we have some larger units here that utilize step-down transformers. Now where these would be utilized is if you had to move your power source a long distance from where the generator or your power source is. With this, we would use smaller cabling with higher voltages to distribute and carry that power the longer distance. This leads to less line loss and therefore greater efficiency on your power. With that though, we're carrying 480 volts out to your power source, which requires the use of a step-down transformer. I have 2 different units here. This happens to be a 30 kVA for smaller applications, and over here we have a 75 kVA, which would be perfect mate for this 70 kW generator. Over here, basically what we're doing is we're taking the 480 volt power and we're stepping it down into your usable 120 208 power, similar to what the generator is actually putting out. However, the reason we're running 480 volt, as you remember, is because we want to have the most efficient power we can to the power source, and therefore we're using a much smaller diameter cable to run that 480 volt power over to these units. Once the power is stepped down, now we have the 120 208 power necessary to be able to power the spider boxes or other equipment. Over here, you'll notice that this particular unit has a secondary disconnect on it, which we actually put on for welding applications. Happens to be a very popular accessory that we put on many of our units. Again, if we step over here, you notice that we have the 50 amp 120 240 convenience receptacles that the smaller unit, the 25 kW, offered. However, when you're utilizing these receptacles, this is single phase power, and it's only pulling power from 2 of 3 windings that are in this generator. So in essence, if you're utilizing these and not utilizing 3-phase power, you're leaving 1/3 of the power in this generator. So that is the main purpose for these 3-phase power distribution units. With that, you can find more of these videos at www.cepnow.com. Thank you very much.